Cold yellow diamond running, grab a tissue if it is an issue. Used to grab a pistol. No, I didn't for them itty bitty niggas. I'm from the city with real killers. Nigga Gilly said you gon' win now. Uzi counting all these major figures. Getting money, got a major hitter. But I ain't talking Barry Bonds. When I was younger, wanted to carry Hilson. Nigga like Dennis the Menace. Now my money old like Mr. Wilson. Sneakers and who your directors be missing. I fuck with Hit Boy, I'm trying to be a hitman. Taking your ass straight out of existence. Where's your hitman? The other man got him. Shout out Jody Flacco, fuck with your album. Moving them bitches, them birds that be flocking. White bitch on my dick, she ride like a Rari. When I get up, she crack that like a cocktail. She shake her ass on my dick like a cocktail. I could've fucked your bitch right in LA. That's how she play with my Cardi case. I had put some money.
I want to take you guys inside the MPCX and show you how to navigate. You can do everything with this piece of equipment. You can plug your mics into it, and you can do your vocals over your tracks. You can plug a guitar into it. You can plug your keyboards into it. Anything that is instrumental, you can plug into it. Sampling is really easy to navigate. And I mean, this is just a great piece of equipment. It has rich, thick sounds that I love to use. And Akai just outdid themselves with this one. So I'm gonna take you in the studio and show you how to get this bad boy going. Alright, T.Finguz. Alright, so we're just gonna get right into it. We'll make a little Uzi Vert type beat real quick. And so whatever you're using for your sampling, if you're using records, if you're using a computer, or if you're using an iPod, whatever, you know, it just goes right back into your RCA plugs, your left and your right. And then you get your signals coming in. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the computer today, and I just kind of thumb through some of these. I guess they're kind of like little sound patches. And so we had this one we came up with. If I can find it. There it is. All right, so we're gonna use we're just gonna use this patch for right now. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just play this. I'm gonna on your Akai MPC. How you get to your sampling is you just go to your menu, and then your sampler is right there. So just hit sampler, and it says all zeros. Down here it says arm, max length, 30 seconds. And you can change that, just double click on it, or just click on it, and then you can use your wheel to change the seconds and minutes on it. So we'll just say 45 seconds for right now. All right, so once you're ready to sample, you just press arm and then record. And then as soon as you press record, it's going to record. So you need to press record and then trigger your sound. Okay, so on the MPCX, it comes up with new sample. We can press this typewriter right here and say, you know, we can label it as sample 1. Sample 1. Do it. And then it says, where do you want to store it? You want to store it in your programs, or do you want to store it in some of your different instrument kits? What we can do right now is just store it under program. And then it says you have none assigned to pad yet, so we want to assign that, and then we'll just put that on pad 1, okay, or pad 2, okay, and then keep that. So now that you have your sample, you can go into your sample edit. You see it right there. Okay, so you can use your fingers to stretch it out and you bring your start flag closer to it, because that's where you want your point to start at, your sample. Alright, so now all of this here is just excess, so we want to get rid of that. So down here on your MPCX, you go to process. It's on the very far right corner. You hit process. Now you see the two trash cans on each side, and you have a function. It's called discard. But if you go into your function, you have all sorts of things. You have your discard, your delete, silencer, extract, normalizer. For those of you that don't know what the normalizer is, if you have a sound that is a little low, it's not really high in volume, you can press that normalizer and then it'll boost the sound up to where it needs to be. So right now we're just going to use discard. So hit discard, and by pressing do it, it will extract the front and the back. Okay, I'm not going to edit the back, because sometimes I like to keep the back for phase outs or for reversal or something like that. So I'm going to just do the front for right now. So we'll do it. Okay, so now it's ready. All right, so now you got your sample in. That's going to go on track 1. Okay, so we'll just we already put sample 1 there. All right, so now the next thing you need to do is find out what your tempo is. On some of these sounds that I'm getting off of this kit, they already have the tempo. For instance, this is 127. This tempo is 127 for this sound. So just go in here and type in 127. It's already typed in 127. So that's going to be the tempo for this one. Now, the easy way to find tempos for your samples is, if you find a sample, this button right here that keeps clicking, or that keeps going off and on, is your tap button. It's for your tempo. So whatever tempo your sample is doing, you can tap however fast or however slow it's going, and you can find your tempo, and it usually will line up. If it doesn't line up, then what you can do is you can go into your sample edit, and then you have your BPM. So this one's saying 63.91. So you can adjust your BPM just by hitting that and lining up with it also. But I'll go into that later on when I actually show you how to use an MPC. All right, so we have this. Let's put it down. All right, well, our tempo is 127. So let's hit overdub, play start. Okay, so it put it on the track, gave us 4 measures. If you start off with 4 measures and you want to bump it up on the MPCX, just hit your pen, go into your, where is it? You go into your double length and just hit that. So that'll make 4, and it'll turn it into 8. See how we did that? Okay. Now, if you want to turn it into 16, you do the same thing. You go here, double the length, you hit it again, it'll turn into 16, but we're going to keep it at 8 right now. All right, so we'll label this track sample track. Or we can just say sample 1. Move on to the next track. Let's see. A lot of producers, they have various styles of way they produce their music. For trap, I just say start with your cymbals. Your hi-hats. That's probably the easiest and fastest way to go. So we'll start with these hi-hats. So if you have your time correct on 1/16, it'll usually time correct it for you. And you trap producers, you up and coming trap producers, or even the vets that are out there, little trick is you can take your TC, your time, and then you can turn it off. So that gives you free range of wherever you want to put it in the measure. So we'll do it, we'll take it off, and we'll go back to the grid, and we'll just nudge it back, just one nudge. We'll just nudge it back with the wheel, and that'll give you your swing. You hear how I slowed it down just a little bit? Okay, you know, you want to do that with your hi-hats, your crashes. You know, some cats do it with snares or your 808s. It's just however you want to produce it, okay? So anyways, we'll label this track hi-hat. Okay, and go into the third track. So when you have your hi-hats down, next thing you do is maybe put a snare down. Okay, so now we got it lined up. Now we can move back over to our kicks. We can label this kick. All right. So you got your kick in there. We got snare, kick, hi-hats, and now you know, you want to probably put some 808s in there. So we'll go to track 5. We'll label this 808. 808, and we have some 808s in this kit. This is the only kit I can find really, the 808s that spread out. It's called Hip Hop Kit Cap Sun. So in order to find it, you have to go to your B bank. So you're at A right now. If you go to your B bank, you'll see that it switches over into your greens. And so these are your 808s. Right? So I don't remember that pattern that I did for the kick. So what you want to do is you want to line your 808s up with your kicks. So I don't really remember what I did with the kicks. So here are my kicks right here. One thing you can do is, well, let's not do that. Let's see. Let's just try to do it on the fly here with the 808s. Sounds like. Let's see. So our 808. Okay, that sounds all right. So we'll go back and we'll put the other half in. right, so if you want to change something on, say for instance, your 808, and you know it landed, say for instance this one here, you can spread it out. This one landed here, you can move it up, but go to pin, see you can move it wherever you want it. Right? So let's see. Yeah, that's all right for right now. Okay, let's keep it moving. We go to track 6, and I think there was some kind of symbol. If I can find it. There it goes. All right, so we'll do that symbol on a downbeat. So just keep adding to it. We'll make this symbol. Simb. All right, let's go to the next one. Now, with if you want to put the triplets on your hi-hats, you can. If you don't know what I'm talking about, so on your MPCX, you can go, you find your sound. We'll just use this one. And then if you go here to note repeat, press that. That'll bring up your 1/4, your 1/8, 1/16, 1/32. And so this is what it sounds like. So for 1/4, it's just doing nothing. A lot of times 1/32 used. All right, so we'll just use that. I didn't like that. Redo that. Let's see what else y'all want to put in there. You don't want to get too bassy. This is kind of like a drop bass. So we have to fit it in there somewhere. Let's see. Alright, so anyways, that's kind of the basics of how to put a beat together on the MPCX. And for the next video, I'm going to actually show you how to go through step by step and from the beginning, you know, and let you know what you know, all these pads do. I mean, this area does what all this does. Your mastering, gains, all that stuff. So anyways, just been a little making a beat with T.Finguz, baby.